Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam and this is a Mount Airy Fothergilla. Okay, this is a spring, fragrant flowering, beautiful fall foliaged Mount Airy Fothergilla. Mount Airy is a compact grower that can reach about 5 to 6 feet in height and about 5 to 6 feet in width over time, but could easily be controlled smaller than that. These are native to the southeast United States and have a pretty wide range of area they can grow in. They can grow all the way up to zone 5. I've even seen zone 4. I don't know if that's true or not, and then down to zone 9. This is definitely a sun-loving plant. I think you want to give it at least 6 hours of direct sun all the way to full sun to really get the best compact habit with the best flowering and the best fall foliage on it. It's not in a big hurry to grow. We might only get maybe 6 inches of growth out of these in a season. I'm planting 3 of these Mount Airy Fothergilla in a cluster, and they're going to be behind some other things. I'm going to see the flowers over the top of those other things, and I'm going to see the fall color really beautifully later in the season, but I do have them kind of set back as the backdrop for some other things I'm going to use in my white garden. I think that's a great use for them. It would work well as a foundation plant. You know, it only gets 5 or 6 feet tall, so somewhere near a corner. It does go completely dormant, but even the winter look of this plant is quite nice. These haven't aged enough to really take on any of the coloration, but these get really nice gray bark. So even in the winter time, they're quite interesting. So this is truly a 4-season plant. It's going to have these bottle brush white flowers that smell like honey in the spring, really super nice. The foliage, when it comes out, is like a blue-green color. It's kind of a leathery leaf. Really, really super nice foliage and unique. Really great to use with yellow or white foliage things. Then the fall color is incredible. It's really orangey red and super, super vibrant. Stands out even amongst other fall foliage. In the future, the older stems on it become a different gray color than the rest of the plant and really are quite showy in the winter as well. So it's really a 4-season plant. I have videos on my YouTube channel for planting woody trees and shrubs, either in clay soils or sandy soils. I have very heavy clay where these 3 plants are going, but this is a plant that actually doesn't mind moist soil as long as it's kind of, you know, well drained. So I'll mound them up a little bit. I'll mix in a little pine bark soil conditioner, but this isn't a plant I'm really that worried about being in a moist area. Extremely drought tolerant plant also. Kind of weird. This plant can take moist spaces, and it can also take a space that will take some abuse. I'll water these in really well when I plant them, and then I'll probably have to water them a few more times this spring and summer. I'll just go over and check on them with my finger. I'll just dig down a little bit and see if it's dry, and if it is, I'll drown the space around it, but I don't want to water them constantly. I want to encourage them to root out into the surrounding soil and dry out a little bit between waterings and between rains. I think that's kind of important, and people tend to overdo the water. Once they're established, this plant's not going to need a lot of ongoing watering if you're in an area that gets normal rainfall. Mount Airy's not going to require a lot of pruning. It will sucker some down at the base, so it might be in the future you want to start taking some of those suckers out if it gets a little wider than you want it. But overall, really this plant, you're just going to take out the crazy limbs. You don't have to do a lot of ongoing pruning on it at all. So that's super, super nice. Any fertilizing you do on this plant would be done in late winter, let's say late February, early March. Any kind of slow release fertilizer that lasts 3 to 4 months would be ideal. I've grown this plant for a long time, and I've really just never seen very many pests on it, and deer tend to leave this one alone. It's considered deer resistant. So what are you waiting for? I'm confident that you can grow a Mount Airy Fothergilla. This thing is always doing something. It's a fun addition to the garden. So I encourage you to look for one of these in your local garden center. Thank you very much for watching my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for future videos.